Hey guys, SNKO BellToBrock here. Thank you so much for joining me on episode 34 of Saturday Night's Kickout. My head really hurts. Last night it was awful, and so if I'm not looking at the screen as much, I don't want to look at the screen because that really hurts my eyes. And I'm gonna try to keep this a little short, but yeah. So if I'm not talking too loud, it's because my head hurts and I don't really want to talk loud. But I wanted to get this out and do an episode. Also, won't be talking about AJ Lee retiring because I made a video about it yesterday, but I wish her the best, and I think she's going to be perfect fine. And, short career, very short career. She easily had, I would think, 5 even more years in her career, but she went out on her own, and I wish her the best, and I think that's like a really good way to go out on a WWE, so good for her. And yeah, we're going to get right into it. We're just going to do a really quick WrestleMania review. If you want to watch me give my real big thoughts on the show, go watch go watch on his channel, WWE TNA 1152. We did an hour-long review of WrestleMania, and we talked about everything in full depth. So yeah, definitely check that out. But just want to get talking about everything that happened in wrestling this week, and start with WrestleMania and quick reviews. The IC ladder match, freaking awesome. What a really great way to kick off WrestleMania. I thought they did an awesome job. All competitors pulled out some really cool spots. Dean Ambrose getting power bombed onto the ladder was crazy. It wasn't even like a split, where the ladder's still kind of connected. It was legit. When he landed, the ladder was no longer one full piece. It was split directly in half, which was crazy, I think. And Bryan and Ziggler headbutting on the top was an awesome moment. I loved how the fans really picked up during it and were, louder and louder as each headbutt. Thought it was, so well done and really great match. Daniel Bryan's Intercontinental Champion. That's awesome. Rollins versus Orton. That match was really good. I think it really surprised a lot of people. It was up there for my favorite match on the card. It was really good, I thought. And we had one RKO where Rollins kicked out of, Orton kicked out of a curb stomp, and then that beautiful Rollins goes for the curb stomp, does the jump, and basically when he's on Orton's back, Orton bounces him back up and just propels him in the air, and he's just flying. I made the joke on WTNA 1152 channel that he went so high, I think he could have grabbed the Intercontinental Championship if it had still been up there. But flying high, and Orton caught him midair with an RKO. One of the best RKOs I've seen. Maybe not forever, not the best RKO ever maybe, but it's up there. It was really, really good. So that match really surprised me. I thought it was such a great match. Sting versus Triple H was awesome. I mean, it was just so crazy seeing NWO versus DX finally happening. I made a video about that 2 years ago, something like that. I hate my old videos. I really hate them. I'm probably going to look back on these ones in the future and be like, dang, I don't know what I was doing. But yeah, I made a video about it, and I thought it was never going to happen, DX versus NWO, and then it happens, and it was pretty crazy. It was awesome. Shawn Michaels super kicking Sting was crazy. I mean, it freaking blew my mind. It was just such a great match. It wasn't the best match. Obviously, it's Sting and Triple H. Now Triple H, is in great shape, but he's not going to put on the greatest matches, and Sting, isn't in the best shape. A lot better than he was in TNA, I think. But it was a really good match, and them adding in DX and NWO was amazing, just perfect how they did it, I think. Moving on, Bray versus Taker. That match was really good. Well, not really good. I thought during it, I was kind of disappointed. I thought Triple H thought Undertaker, and I thought just some crazy. It just seemed like a standard match. I think it was good. Don't get me wrong, it was good, but I just felt it was a standard. If Undertaker still had the streak going, I felt like it would have been just a standard win for him. And but the spider walk, and then when he was doing the spider walk and Undertaker rose up and just Bray's face during the spider walk was just brilliant. I said that word so many times on Twitter and during the review. Absolutely brilliant. That spot was amazing. It was so well done. And seeing Bray crumple in fear was just insane. And really good finish. Just hit the tombstone, got the 1, 2, 3, and Undertaker's 22-1. So I don't know what's next for Bray. I really don't. I don't know what's next for Taker. Maybe Sting, but yeah, I don't know. Bray, I'm really wondering what's next for him. Cena versus Rusev was a good match. It wasn't as like big as I expected to be. Like I expected Cena to make Rusev tap out, but yeah, I thought it was gonna be like some big, huge moment. No, he just knocked Lana off the ramp or off the apron, and Cena got the 1-2-3 with the from the AA. So I'm not saying it was a bad match because I thought it was a really good match and really exciting. But I don't know. I just felt like something crazier was gonna happen at the very end to make Rusev like tap out. But the rematch is already happening at Extreme Rules. I'm kind of against that. I think Rusev should have gone away for a little while. Maybe just have him take a vacation, take a rest or something. But, yeah, he's already back versus Cena at Extreme Rules. I don't really like when they do that. But thank you for the one viewer that just hopped on. I really do appreciate you watching this. Next, Reigns versus Brock, the main event. Really good stuff. Reigns did an awesome job. He really stepped up. I could very well see him being in the main event. I mean, I always could see him being in the main event. I just felt like they pushed him way too soon. They made it so the fans actually hated him, and you can't do that with a face, I think. It's something that's getting that much stuff with all those people hating on him. It's really hard to. It's really hard for, I feel bad for the guy, too, because, one, it could be maybe he was going to get the title, and just to think, these fans are, like, saying, oh, no, you don't deserve it. You shouldn't be in the main event picture. You suck, blah, 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 and then have that taken away from you. That kind of sucks. So I do feel bad for the guy because I thought he did a great job at WrestleMania. But it's just back back on Raw when in the main event when he was announced as or when he came out as the surprise Orton and Ryback tag partner. I was disappointed, and I don't know why. I thought he did such a great job at WrestleMania, but for some reason I'm just not really liking. I don't know. It's really weird. It is, but because I thought he did such a great job at WrestleMania, and then the following night I thought maybe I'd be excited for him to come out, but I really didn't. I didn't really care, but. Yeah, so he did a great job, though. Brock was freaking awesome. There's a whole thing with did he blade, and WWE, of course, is denying it. And I thought if he did blade, and I'm sure he did, I'm sure because there's a video where it looks like the ref gives Reigns the blade. There's a GIF of it, so I think he did, but it adds so much to the match. I thought it was so great when he was bleeding and Reigns kept Superman punch. I thought that was really good, and the blood made it a lot better. Like I really do think so. So also the Rollins cash-in, one of the best probably the best cash-in I've ever seen in a very long time. During the match of WrestleMania, making a triple threat match just blew my mind. I never would have thought about that. I always would have thought after the match. During the match, that was freaking incredible. And he got the curb stomp on Reigns. 1, 2, 3. Reigns still looked strong because he was fighting Brock. He was blindsided by Rollins. Lesnar was not pinned. He still looks freaking strong. And Raw, after Raw, he definitely looked strong. Rollins, he's a champ. Boom. And WWE backed it up. They said, why didn't, people are saying, why didn't Ambrose make the save? Ambrose freaking got killed by Luke Harper when he powerbombed him through that ladder. I mentioned that earlier. So they basically said he wasn't able to help him. And they even did an article about that. So I think that was really good of them to come up with that. I wouldn't have thought about that. So it was cool and great moment. Really great moment. 2 viewers, man. We're rocking out, guys. All right, I think my all-time best is 5 viewers while live. I just lost a viewer. Gosh, I hate myself. But WrestleMania 31, awesome. Probably one of the best WrestleManias I've seen since becoming a fan. I became a fan right after WrestleMania 25, but probably one of the best I've seen. It was really good. My viewers are gone. Dang it, 0 viewers. But anyway, let's move on to Raw. You guys have already heard about WrestleMania. Excuse me. No, let's not move on to Raw. Flashback segment. L Giant 37303. He suggested this to me, basically talking about somewhere, flashback, talk about an indie show I've been to, and something like that, some good moment. Last week I did the 20th anniversary of Raw, I think it was, and it was The Rock doing his Rock concert about Vicky Guerrero, and it was hilarious. But today, actually, the Ring of Honor show I was supposed to go to is today, and I was really disappointed about that I didn't go to it. But I thought, let me talk about the Ring of Honor event I did go to. Now, I've only been to one Ring of Honor event. The main event was ACH versus Jay Briscoe for the world title. More matches were Kingdom versus Red Dragon for the tag titles. Jay Lethal versus Artie Evans. I really hate Artie Evans, but that night I became a huge fan for him. That was it didn't matter who you were for, Lethal or Artie Evans. It was for the TV title. And, the entire crowd was just freaking out about the match, even more than the main event. Like, it was crazy. That match was awesome because everybody thought the Streak was going to beat Jay Lethal for the TV title. That was such a great match. I saw Adam Cole versus Christopher Daniels in a freaking incredible match. It was so good. I love Adam Cole and I love Christopher Daniels. So good. So, yeah, we'll talk about that as my flashback segment. We're going to Ring of Honor. If you haven't been to Ring of Honor, definitely try to go to the show. I know, it's not always possible. A lot of people can't go to shows, and maybe Ring of Honor doesn't even come near their city. And I get that. I really do. So, but if you do get the chance, definitely go. You won't be disappointed at all. It's a really good company. I freaking loved it when I went. So, thank you, El Giant, for the suggestion for the segment. Also, just got tickets yesterday. I got tickets yesterday for a show few months from now, maybe even like 1 or 2. I'm not gonna say it. I don't want to spoil anything, but a big name is gonna be there, and I am trying to get. Or I already got tickets. I don't know how much his price is gonna be, so I don't want to say I'm gonna meet him, and who knows, his price could be huge, but yeah, I'm really trying to meet this huge star, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Like, as soon as I became a wrestling fan, he was like, he wasn't the guy because I never got to see him wrestle, but he's awesome. He's freaking like incredible, and I don't know. I kind of want to give a hint, but not spoil it. So I don't know, but he's awesome, and he's the greatest. And it's not that big of a deal because a lot of people have met him in TNA. That's going to be your hint. A lot of people met him during TNA shows, maybe like Bound for Glory or something. So it's not the biggest deal, but to me, he's always been one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, if not my favorite wrestler. So it's a really big deal if I get to meet him. So hopefully I do. And yeah, moving on. We're going to go to Raw. The Raw after Mania. The crowd was incredible. Ziggler versus Bryan for the IC title match. For the IC title was awesome. Such a great match. That's exactly what I want kicking off Raw. It didn't kick off Raw, but it was, a talking segment and then that match, and that really got me hooked. Great match. They did the headbutt spot again, which was awesome. And Bryan did get the win, which I'm not like sad about. It was an awesome match, and I really enjoyed it. It got a standing ovation during the match. So when they were on the floor after giving each other headbutt after headbutt, the fans stood up and started clapping, which was awesome. That's exactly what those guys deserve. So after the match, Sheamus ran out. I think Barrett was actually attacking Bryan and Ziggler. Sheamus came out with the save with his mohawk going to like here, and beard, and he looked out of his mind. But still, a lot of people said he looked stupid, including the fans. They chanted, "You look stupid." But some people thought he looked cool, and I really don't care because, yeah, he looks crazy, but he's gonna notice now, and I'm really glad he's a heel. I think he's a great heel. So he came out and made the save. Barrett ran off, and but Sheamus turned around and bro kicked Ziggler and Bryan. So he basically picked up the mic, said, "I'm back," and dropped the mic, walked away. So Sheamus is back with a vengeance. So I'm glad he's a heel, and it was cool. Lucha Dragons, they debuted, even though Sin Cara's already been on the main roster. But basically, it was a 8-man tag. It was Ascension, Cesaro, and Kid versus Lucha Dragons and New Day. And I love the fans because when the New Day started clapping, they went, and everyone would chant, "New Day sucks," and I thought that was hilarious. But Lucha Dragons were the main thing. Kalisto was the main thing. He stole that match easily. Freaking amazing. He did a move where basically Cesaro pushed him off, and he ran at him and jumped up onto Cesaro's shoulders, balanced himself, did a backflip, and then did like a Hurricane Rana, but like went all the way around him like 2 different times, so it was awesome. And did Hurricane Rana Cesaro out, kicked up, and it was just freaking awesome. Everyone was like freaking out about Kalisto. Kalisto's the best. He is the next Rey Mysterio. I think he is better than Rey Mysterio. I'm not going to go in his prime, but he's fast. He looks faster and a lot quicker and can do a lot crazier stuff. What I'm worried about is, I'll get into that about Neville. I'll keep that thought. But he stole the match, and it was freaking awesome. So I love it. He's great. So Lesnar versus Rollins was supposed to happen. Lesnar said, "I'm cashing in my title rematch now. Let's do this. Let's go, Rollins. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to murder you." He's Brock Lesnar. He can do anything. So basically, they came out. Rollins finally arrived in the arena. They were about to have it. They had the logo thing, WWE Championship match. I forget what it's called, but they had that. And so you were like, oh, dang, it's going to happen. It's about to go down. And they announced the names, from the challenger, from Minnesota, something. I don't know. Brock Lesnar. He kills people. He's Brock Lesnar. That's all I have to say. And then Rollins was like, hey, bro, I got jet lag. My leg kind of hurts. No, we're not going to do this match. So he ran like a little girl. Lesnar grabbed him, went to German suplex him, threw him in the ring first. And, threw him in the ring first, went for a German suplex. Rollins landed on his feet, kicked to the back of the head, and Lesnar no-sold it. He was like, nah, that ain't going to happen, bro. Rollins knew what was about to happen, so he ran out. And he got away after a little scuffle thing and let in clothesline both J&J security. And after that, he went on the rampage of a lifetime. He killed everyone. Like, in my notes, I have Brock Lesnar kills everyone because he flips the announce table on JBL and Booker T. I made a video about this. I don't know why, but I think it's so funny because Booker T's like last words are just him screaming. He just flips the table and you just hear Booker T go, ah! And the table collapses on him. Michael Cole makes a run for it, but Lesnar catches him, throws him in the ring, and F5s him out of his shoes. So he basically killed Michael Cole. Then he gets a cameraman, F5s him, goes up to F5 him again. Stephanie's like, stop, you can't do this. Put him down, put him down. Brock's like, all right, I will put him down. F5. Boom. Basically, Stephanie says, all right, you're suspended indefinitely. So Brock signs a 3-year contract and then gets suspended like 2 days after. So props to him, man. He's awesome. And she also fined him. Who cares? He kills everyone. So can't wait for Brock to return. I think it's going to be incredible. We had Curtis Axel do a promo and rip off his shirt. Axel Mania, yeah! And then Adrian Neville, now only going by Neville apparently, and everyone's crying about it. Everyone's saying, they always take their names. That's so stupid. And it is. It is pretty stupid. I don't get why they do that. Honestly, I don't really care because Adrian Neville's on the main roster, and that's what I care about. He's freaking awesome. He's Adrian Neville. He's Neville, and he's awesome. So, but here's the thing. He hit the red arrow. He did a bunch of moves and wowed the crowd easily. But the win, he has pyro. He's got an awesome hoodie, jacket, cape type deal. But I'm worried because I'm just thinking of high flyers that are big main eventers. Now, I'm not counting Seth Rollins. Yes, he can do really crazy high fly moves, but I'm talking like solely a high flyer, like Adrian Neville, Kalisto. I just can't think of guys that are big main rosters, WWE champions as only high flyers. So I'm worried about those two. I'm worried that they're not going to be able to really showcase their talent. They have the wrestling talent, but I'm worried that they don't have like something else because they're not the bigger guys, which WWE hates. WWE likes to show the Roman Reigns, the big guys. So I'm a little worried about it, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully it goes well. Next, we had John Cena versus Ambrose for the U.S. title in a fantastic match. Cena counters with the AA a little too much. It seemed like every time he was countering a move, it was just to go into the AA. So he kind of needs to stop doing that. I don't know why I'm telling John Cena what to do, but I think he does it way too much. But it was a great match for Ambrose. Cena shook his hand, I think, after the match, but Cena got the win, which was the main important thing. Orton, Reigns, and Ryback versus Rollins, Big Show, and Kane in the main event. Orton's team won, and Orton's going to versus Rollins for the WWE Championship, which I think makes perfect sense. They need to save Reigns for a little while, maybe a SummerSlam match. Lesnar, he's out of the picture, so that's good. But Randy Orton did beat Rollins at WrestleMania, so yeah, I think he should definitely get the title shot. I'm looking forward to that match. I think Rollins versus Orton will be really good. Moving on, NXT, we had Sami Zayn return and basically said he's cashing his rematch clause and he's going to kick Owens' ace. He's going to kick his arse. So, yeah, Sami Zayn's going to kick some arse. That's cool. After that, I'm going to skip some things on NXT. Breeze in the main event, it was Tyler Breeze versus Hideo Itami in 2 out of 3 falls match. The 2 falls, because it was Hideo got the first one and then Breeze got the second one, they were really quick, like I'm talking, I would say 2 minutes into the match. So I'm thinking, wow, this isn't going to be that great. And it really picked up at the end, some good spots, but Breeze did get the win. Hideo went for the single leg drop kick. I hate that finisher. Just let him use the GTS anyway. Rant. Tyler Breeze went for his what's it called? The beauty shot. I think the beauty shot, something like that. He got the win, and so that's cool. Tyler Breeze winning is awesome. Hideo, I'm worried about him too. I just think I don't remember like any big international stars that are WWE champions. Del Rio is a big one. I just don't know. I'm worried about it. Also, his moveset is really watered down. It is the kick thing. Breeze sells it so well, but he does the kicks and the leg drop kick. That's basically it. I want to see more out of him. He does. It's not his fault. I'm not saying it that at all, but the WWE watered his moveset down too much. He only does kicks and the jab thing, and I don't know. I'm really worried, and we'll see about him. Let me know what you guys think. If you've seen his matches, let me know. Do you think it's too watered down? I personally do, but that's just my opinion. Please leave your comments down below. TNA had Bell to Bell. It was I'm thinking a pay-per-view type thing without saying it. I hate when they say it's a free pay-per-view event because I never feel like it is. So they said it was bell to bell. It makes me think it was supposed to be a type of pay-per-view, but it was some big matches. Angle versus Lashley in the main event for the world title. Brand versus Magnus in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Versus EY in a submission match. So first off, Rude versus EY in a submission match. Basically, it was like different rules though. It was if they grabbed the rope in a submission, they had to break it up. But they could go outside of the ring and do whatever they wanted. But I guess the finish had to end in the ring, and they could use weapons. So basically, it's like an anything goes match, but it has to be a submission. And if they grab the rope, it's a break, which I think is stupid. I don't get why they did that. I think they should have just made it a submission match, and any submission in the ring, just have it end in the ring. But basically, Rude had EY tapping out, but the ref was knocked down or something. He was turned around. EY got some like figure four type deal thing and made Rude tap. So apparently this is the ending of the feud, which I'm really glad. I think these matches happen way too much, and it just seemed like Rude was beating EY, match after match. EY would get him backstage, like he would beat him up behind the scenes, not like during matches, but he'd pile drive him, backstage or something, or attack him after a match or something. But if they had a match together, Rude was winning. Finally, EY gets the win, which is good, but I think this match happened way too much. They should have really built it, but yeah, EY gets the win. Moving on, the Wolves, Eddie Edwards broke his heel, I believe, and a foot injury, so they had to give up the titles. So who was it? Was it Jeremy Borash? I think it was. He basically asked Davey, who's going to be your new tag team partner to fill in for Eddie, and Davey said, that's not what they're about. They're brothers, they're family. He's not. He's going to give up his title as well, and they're going to come back as the Wolves. He's not going to have a tag team partner. So that was really cool. Eddie was on crutches, and I really, like a sick part of me, like a real, heel part of, wanted Davey to kick Eddie's leg out from under him. I really did. I really wanted him to turn heel. The Wolves are big heels, and Ring of Honor, for most of their time as a tag team, they were heels. And I want them to go after the world title. I think that'd be so cool. I want that. And it just seems like they're stuck in being a tag team, and I'm fine with them staying as a tag team. But in Ring of Honor as well, they were a tag team, but they went for the world title too. They went for the TV title. And I would want that to happen too with X Division and world title. I would really love to see a feud between these guys. Not even a feud, just have matches between the guys. I think that'd be really, really cool. Let me know what you guys think. But yeah, I wanted Davey to kick his leg out from under him and just say, screw you, you're costing me a tag team championship, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, turn heel. But that's just me. Brand versus Magnus in a Falls Count Anywhere match, which was pretty good. I enjoyed it. Again, my head was hurting so bad, so if I don't remember certain stuff or, it seems like I wasn't paying attention, that was why my head was just hurting so bad. But Mickie James was at ringside to support her husband, Magnus, and when it looked like Brand was about to hit her, James Storm, of all people, came out and said, no, you're not going to do that. if you're gonna touch a woman, you can fight me because you're not hitting the girl. And so I'm thinking a face turn, but I don't know. He still seems like a heel because on Twitter he put like, if just because I have evil ways doesn't mean I'm gonna hit a girl. That's something I'll never do. So yeah, it seemed like he was a face, but not a face. I don't know. But he stopped Bram from hitting her, and then Magnus capitalized. He did a Diesel-like power bomb 2 times to Magnus. Looked like it killed him, and then did his dumb little finisher. He should just have the power bomb as the finisher, but he has some it starts like a belly to back suplex, and then when he lifts him up in the air, it's like a rock bottom type deal. So I don't know. I don't really like it. I think it should have just been the power bomb. He freaking hit 2 of them and almost killed them. But Magnus gets a win. I really do like Magnus as a face. I think he's doing well. And yeah, it was the end of the feud, I guess. I don't know. Maybe Magnus and Bram will probably still go at it. But Angle versus Lashley for the world title. A really good match. I mean, it's Angle versus they got really good time to it. I think they got like 28 minutes, something around there. Great match, but a really, really crappy finish. Angle went for his moonsault, which was crazy. That was awesome. And then basically Angle had I'm trying to think what happened. Lashley get Angle off, which was crazy. I forget what happened, but basically Angle went for a not a low blow, excuse me, like a roll up. He went for a roll up, and he was leaning onto Lashley, and Brian Hebner was behind him, so he couldn't see if Lashley's shoulders were up, and you could clearly see Lashley's shoulder was up, and they counted the 1, 2, 3. So I was like, TNA does way too many roll ups. I hate that. I wish it would just be a simple finish. Too many roll ups, and then it was like. It was a storyline. Like, I was really hoping for it because I was like, if it wasn't a storyline, they really botched that. But Taz and Matthews were both saying, whoa, Brian Hebner blew that call. And so I'm thinking Lashley's going to get another match or something. I don't know. But it was a really good match. I mean, it's Angle versus Lashley. Come on. Another segment that WTNA 1152 suggested was top 5 WWE guys because it was WrestleMania. So I feel like they got the biggest recognition. So my number 5 was Orton because he did beat Rollins, who's now the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Number 4, I went with Cena. He finally defeated Rusev, his big undefeated streak. He finally won't beat him, so that was cool. Bryan's number 3, winning that IC title match, defending it the following night, beating Ziggler, and winning it in a ladder match. I mean, that's awesome. 2, I'm going to go with Lesnar, which is kind of weird. I don't know. I forget my whole thing about it, but he's still unbeaten. He's still not unbeaten. You know what I mean. He's still the beast. He destroyed everyone on Raw, so that was crazy. And number 1, Rollins won the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at the main event of WrestleMania. The guy deserves it. Match of the week. I would go with Lesnar versus Reigns. I just thought it was crazy, and the catch-in was perfect. Yeah, that's just me. I just thought it was a great main event, and it was really cool to see. Lesnar was killing Reigns, but I loved Reigns' attitude during it. He was just like, is that all you got? Come on. Kick out segment where I talk about all the positives in wrestling this week because there's too many negatives in wrestling. I try to keep the last segment as a positive, end down on a positive, So PWG was last night. Don't sweat the technique, and I heard it was one of the best PWG events in a very, very long time. Excalibur put on Twitter, he said it might be one of the best he's ever called. I think that's crazy. Roderick Strong and Zack Sabre Jr. apparently did one heck of a main event, and they stole the show. And Excalibur said every match was amazing on the card, so that's awesome. I freaking love PWG getting some recognition. WrestleMania 31 was one of the best WrestleManias in the history of WrestleMania, I think. It's up there. It was one of the best WrestleMania. It was probably the best WrestleMania in the last 5-10 years, maybe. I don't know. I wouldn't go that far, but because I haven't seen them all. But it was awesome. I mean, it was really good. TNA did a great thing, bell to bell. Title of the video, BellToBrock. Hopefully you caught on to that. So if you did watch TNA, but yeah, TNA was good. They followed through, and they had some great matches. I'm looking forward to some surprises from the Orlando video or Orlando tapings. Trying to think about their stuff. I think AJ Styles versus Ibushi, I think is how you pronounce his name. Kota Ibushi. I'm probably butchering it, sorry, but yeah, I know you New Japan Pro Wrestling fans are probably hating me right now, but yeah, he's from I saw him at Wrestle Kingdom 9. I thought his match was awesome. So he's versing AJ for the title, which is awesome. And yeah, all you New Japan Pro Wrestling fans have that to look forward to. That's gonna be awesome. So yeah, that's my positives. Trying to think of anything else. WrestleMania was awesome. The Raw after Mania was awesome. The first 2 hours were really good. The third hour wasn't that great, but first 2 hours were amazing. So definitely a great Raw to remember. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Follow me on Twitter at 7WRocks. Sorry I took this long. I said I was gonna keep it short, but the Raw after Mania was actually good, so I actually got to talk about it a lot more. But thank you for watching. Thank you for that one viewer that was coming in and out and staying on. And so, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, have a nice day.